So I am here at the RC Theater in York, PA, getting ready to see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in IMAX. And I'm really looking forward to this movie. I think this is probably my most anticipated movie of the year, just with everything they could be doing with this. And it looks great. This is the one movie that I was like, okay, this one, I'm pretty sure I need to see in IMAX, just with all the spell casting, all the different worlds. It was worth paying the extra money, I think, to see this movie in IMAX. At least, I'm hoping it is. So, some final predictions, because I haven't really made any predictions about this movie on this channel at all. And I'm not one who really goes into fan theory, even though I listen to fan theories. So, here's my predictions before I actually get to see this movie. One, I do believe that Wanda is going to be much more of a villain in this movie. I've listened to other YouTubers, I've thought about it, watched the trailers like everybody else, and I really do think that Wanda's going to become a villain to a certain degree, challenge Doctor Strange, and then something will happen, turn her around. Who knows, maybe we get no more mutants from the comics, or no more Avengers, something. Or we get what some people have suggested is, let there be mutants, something. But then somehow we get a big event like that, or she becomes good again because Doctor Strange teaches her that there's more to life than what she's doing, or just shows her the error of her ways and shows her that she is important overall. Because based on the trailer, she obviously doesn't think that. As far as cameos go, I don't think there's going to be a ton of cameos just based on what people who have seen this movie say. So first, here are my two predictions that I think are more likely. I think we're going to see Mr. Fantastic. I'm pretty sure we know we are, because I think we saw him in the Illuminati, but there's nothing to say for sure. They could change the Illuminati out. But here's my theory. It could be John Krasinski, but personally, I would kind of like it to be Ian Grufford, because I would love to see him again, because I actually enjoy the Fantastic Four, those two films, for the most part, Galactus aside. And the other one that I think is highly likely is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Those are the two that I think we are more likely to see. Two that I would really like to see, just because of how out there they are, and it would be kind of cool, I think, is I'd like to see Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider. I know that's a far, far out one, but I think it'd be cool, because I like the first Ghost Rider. And if that happens, I would be really amazed. Second, I would love to see Ben Affleck as Daredevil. Another one that's very unlikely, but you never know. So, with my Doctor Strange shirt and a wonderful poster in the background, looking forward to this movie. Hopefully it's fantastic. Here there's a lot of horror, which I'm a little nervous about how my wife is going to handle that. But I hope this movie is going to be amazing. I hope it's fantastic. I hope it's strange. And yeah, I've got about another 15 minutes probably till the trailer starts. So say another 40 minutes until the movie itself starts. But time to go get some food and drink for the wife. And I'll let you know what I think of this movie when I come out. I'll see you then. Okay. Ow. Clearly this dimension's Peter does not have carpet on his floor in his man cave, or I guess nerd cave. Oh. Because he's doing a video. Planning on it. It's already running. Well then, I guess he won't mind if I give you my opinions on Thor: Love and Thunder, clearly. So, Love and Thunder. Wait a minute. Is that today's date? Well, if that's the case, then it means that Thor: Love and Thunder hasn't come out yet. Well, I am not spoiling it for this dimension then. But that date does mean that Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness came out. Okay, I'll let him give you his thoughts then. But But let me give you mine. This movie's good. This movie, it's weird. It's like, it's good, and I really liked it. But at the same point, it was like, it wasn't what I was expecting. And I mean, in this case, that's a good thing. A very good thing. But there was just something about it that it's like, like I said, it was really good, but it also wasn't what I was expecting. So, Benedict Cumberbatch, of course, is fantastic as Doctor Strange. I mean, he is this character. He has become Doctor Strange, I think, in a way that Robert Downey Jr. became Iron Man, in a way that Hugh Jackman became Wolverine. And I think for the most part, a lot of these Marvel characters and Marvel actors, actresses have. But Benedict Cumberbatch is fantastic as always as Doctor Strange in this movie, and I cannot wait to see a third Doctor Strange, hopefully. But based on stuff that happens, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a third one. But it's Elizabeth Olsen. You're going to hear this a lot all over the internet. She is fabulous. She is amazing. She has grown into the Scarlet Witch. She's grown into Wanda Maximoff. She steals the show. Every time she's on screen, she's just fabulous. Now, the title of the movie is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And this is Doctor Strange's movie. But by the same point, I have to say, I think it's a Doctor Strange movie and a Wanda Scarlet Witch movie. Because I feel like, okay, Doctor Strange does get more screen time, but it just feels like they both have their own story, their own path, that it just feels like it's both their movies just happen to intertwine. But that does not matter because they are both fantastic in this movie. I highly recommend going to see it just for them. There's not enough words that I can say right now while this universe's Peter is not around to say, go see this movie just for them. America Chavez. I can't remember the actress's name and I apologize for that. But I only just did a little bit of research. I started watching a few explanation videos beforehand, so I had some idea of who this character was because I had no idea who it was. I'd heard of her, but I had no idea of her backstory. So that kind of is nice, going in not knowing anything about a character, so you can't judge whether they stay true to the source material or not. What I do know about the character, I thought they stayed true to it. And I was really overall happy with this character. I look forward to seeing more and seeing what path they take her down, what other franchises or what other parts she plays in the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward. I could talk about every single actor and actress in this movie, but I don't want to take the time right now because I don't know when this universe's Peter is going to come back down. But I'll just say everybody in this movie is fabulous. But again, the standouts definitely are Benedict Cumberbatch, Elizabeth Olsen, and I'm sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head who plays America Chavez. The story itself, pretty simple overall. I think you'll definitely understand this movie. You won't have any issues. Unlike I had issues at times understanding everything everywhere all at once. At least I did. And this one's pretty self-explanatory. It's easy to follow, but it's a lot of fun. People say there's a bunch of horror elements in this movie because of Sam Raimi. Yes, there's definitely horror elements in there, and there's some jump scares. But honestly, I don't think this movie is as scary as everybody says it is. My wife, at least in my dimension, doesn't like horror movies. And she said she was fine with it. There were a couple moments where she got a little scared, she said, but she was fine with it. I can see one or two images maybe giving really, really young kids nightmares at some point. But I'll be honest. I don't think it's as scary as everybody says it is. And this movie is also great for anybody who knows comic books, knows comic book lore, knows anything about these main characters, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Wanda, America Chavez. It's chock full of Easter eggs. Whether it's things that they mention, things that happen. That's all I'm going to say because I don't want to spoil it. But I was grinning and I was smiling ear to ear because I was picking up on so many things. It was just great. The music. It's fantastic. It works, and I didn't think much about it at the time, but then remembering and seeing Danny Elfman's name and kind of thinking about the music, oh, it's Danny Elfman, and it's fantastic. I think I want to get the CD for this movie. It's just so good. And there's a bunch of other things that I won't tell you. I'm sure the Peter in this universe will tell you in a spoiler review that after watching it many more times, I definitely picked up on a lot more things. I will say, when I mentioned in the beginning of this video about how it was a good movie, but it also wasn't exactly what I was expecting, that's because for most of the movie, it played out. It was a great movie. It was exactly what I wouldn't say exactly what I thought would happen because there were plenty of surprises. But the ending wasn't what I was expecting. And again, that's not a bad thing, but it made me think about stuff. I do wish that there were some things they mentioned that we might have gotten to actually see, because it feels like there was a mini movie or a prequel comic that we missed that you should have read to see, or some of the stuff they talk about. But wait, I think I just heard a noise upstairs. Anyway, I'll wrap this up real quick. My ranking, assuming this universe's Peter does the same thing, I'm going to give this movie a ranking of hero because it's really good. And I'm sure when I see it one or two more times, I think I'll pick up on a lot more now that I know certain things. And I'm sure it'll be better every time I see it. And I definitely recommend seeing this, especially if you've seen every MCU film, watch it. If you're a comic book fan, you're going to love a bunch of things. It's definitely not the best MCU film, but it's a very solid one. And I recommend going to see it this weekend. But I will tell you, actually, I better get going because I think I heard Universe's Peter right outside. So I will see you maybe sometime. But catch you later. I'm listening here. That's weird. I could have sworn I heard somebody in here. But, oh, I never turned off my camera for the review. Wait, did I do the review? I can't remember. It's too late. I don't have time to do it tonight. But I guess I'll at least record this so that I have part of it. I love this movie. Not exactly what I was expecting, but deja vu. Feels like I said something like that. Oh, anyway, enjoy what you love, read what you love, and let's all work for a better fandom. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe down below. I'll see you next time.